Hey everybody, want to thank you guys again. This is Karina and I are back with another Financial Fraud Friday. Want to thank you guys for watching and commenting. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to add, please comment down below. For those of you who are not familiar with us, we do Financial Fraud Friday and we post every other Friday for now, okay? We definitely will go back, read your comments, and interact with you. We love to hear what you have to say and think. For the time being, I'm going to introduce myself and let Karina introduce herself. My name is Nike Togba. I'm the owner of Togba and Associates here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a tax planning and advisory firm focused on entrepreneurs and professionals. We provide a personalized approach. Our services include tax preparation and tax planning, along with IRS resolution services.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karina O'Connor. I'm the owner and founder of Cake Financial, where we help six-figure solopreneurs with IRS issues run their business with confidence. So, we're a virtual firm out in Florida, but we can work and serve everybody in the US. So, I'm going to go back to Nikkei to tell us what we're getting into today.
Okay, so
Oh, let me do the disclaimer. So, disclaimer,
oh, okay.
these are all of our opinions. Everything that we are saying, we are professionals. However, we are not your professionals, but we can be. Click the link in the bio. Um, Everything we say is opinion based and for educational purposes only. Thank you. Let me back to Nikkei.
Yeah, because okay. Today we are talking about and we titled this from NFL Player to Tinder Swindler. Really? Okay. So this story is about a Daryl Frank Buster Skrine. He's a former NFL cornerback. He played 11 seasons in the NFL. 36-year-old gentleman from Decatur, Georgia. Karina and I laugh. We need to start taking ticks like Florida, Georgia.
Georgia,
Florida.
yeah, you're ready to
Did the
start.
fraud happen in
Add
Florida?
up the tally.
Georgia. Because Atlanta and Florida are going head to head, neck to neck. Okay. Okay, but Mr. Skrine played for the Chicago Bears. He played for the New York Jets, Cleveland Browns. Okay. Former NFL cornerback. So here's the story on Buster. Okay. Buster was a rich, so Buster, the end result is that, Buster has committed a fraud. He started off in Toronto. He was in Canada, right? He was in Canada. He what was committing bank fraud, writing fraudulent checks, okay? Was eventually arrested August of 2023 at the Toronto airport for writing those fraudulent checks. Um, he was then transferred to a different facility where he was granted bail with the condition of wearing an ankle monitor, okay, which he removed, and then booked a flight, caught the flight, came to the US, okay, ended up in Georgia somewhere, okay, and then here continued his spree. I'm gonna call it a little, continued his hustle. I'm gonna call it a hustle. That's what I'm calling it. Continued his hustle by getting on dating apps. He and is being accused of swindling three women out of approximately what you $100,000 each.
Each, yeah. So over $300,000.
Okay, so he's currently facing 15 charges to include fraud and possession of property obtained by crime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
The
okay,
pause.
Karina was saying, y'all. Okay, so this is a fraud. Okay, here's where I'm looking at this. I'm gonna
You go
stop to
ahead.
the crime. I asked you for money. You gave me the money. I just saying. I mean, am I wrong? Okay. I asked you for funds. I told you, hey, look, I'm a little down and out at the moment. If you could assist, I will pay you back. How many of us have assisted somebody and they've not paid us back our money? We didn't, I mean, it wasn't $100,000, mind you, but I'm saying it's relative. If I'm a billionaire, you ask me for $100,000, I give you $100,000, you don't pay me back.
Oh, let's start there. Well, continue the thought. I have thoughts.
Oh, are you about to wrap me up, right?
I have thoughts.
Okay, right? Okay. Now I get it that this young man made 40 mil, over 40 mil. But okay, it's me. Hey, Nikkei, can we, I'm gonna pay you back. Buster, I Googled you, babe. You made over 48 mil. What's up? What happened? I'm concerned. No, but I ain't got it though. I can't give it to you. Kindly. I can't give you 100K. I got about 100 I can give. You know what I mean? I could float you till your annuity pay. When your annuity payment come in, we'll just try to hang low until it comes in, right?
Mm.
I just don't, and and then I just don't see he borrowed the money. He ain't pay y'all back. What? Okay, wrap me up, Karina, because I know you.
Just waiting, just waiting. So $40 million throughout his whole NFL career. Okay, and they said it was 11 years and he went to different, I don't know sports, but $40 million is $40 million.
I know.
I know numbers. And $40 million is $40 million.
Okay.
I'm assuming that he because in the articles in the Miami Herald, it basically was saying that they weren't sure if he was really down and out, but I'm assuming he was down and out. One, because in Canada, I think his NFL stint ended in 2022 and he was arrested August 2023, meaning he was doing this before in Canada for bank fraud. And with the bank fraud, it was
Oh.
cashing raggedy checks, like fraudulent checks.
Okay, now, okay. All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
now with the swindling part, right? So he comes over to the US, goes on dating apps under the pretense of, I want to be in a relationship with you, woman. And it wasn't women. It was at least three women from different states. They said New York, Wisconsin, and North Carolina. And after that, he was saying that, like Nikkei was saying, he was saying that he wanted to borrow their money
Okay.
until the NFL annuity came in.
Okay.
Obviously, there wasn't no annuity because those women didn't get paid. They was out $300,000. And it seems like $100,000 is a sweet spot because $100,000 is the bank fraud amount that he did in Toronto. Here's oh go
No, no,
go.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Here's my gripe, right? Anyone, especially I don't know in the state of Georgia, any verbal agreement of contract of I will borrow and pay back, that is legally binding. I will pay back. He didn't ask for the money by itself. He said, I wanted to borrow it until my NFL annuity came. That's under false pretenses. And then, in addition to that, his charges are five
Okay.
counts of FTC fraud, which is Federal Trades Commission fraud, which is basically it's saying like it could involve deceptive business practices, scams, and misleading consumers.
Okay.
The next one was two counts of identity fraud, meaning he took on those young ladies' identities in some way, shape, or form.
Now,
Three counts.
so this is a count. This isn't
Mhm.
like an FTC rule okay, so this is actually something he's charged with,
Yeah,
identity
yeah,
fraud.
he was charged. Yeah. So Shrine's charges in Georgia, five counts of FTC fraud. So that's that, five counts there.
Okay.
Five counts of identity fraud there as well. And then three counts of deposit account fraud, another check, fake checks, again, fraudulent checks.
Okay.
Three counts of criminal attempt, theft by taking, meaning that he was trying to take somebody's possessions without them knowing, but he failed in those three accounts. And then two more accounts of theft by taking that he actually did. So he did take somebody's not information, possessions to either sell them or whatever the case is. legitimately, and he has two counts of that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well then, okay. Let me I am not okay. So I'm not saying that he hasn't committed crimes, right? Because clearly what he did in Canada was like, sir, seriously, honestly, crime. Yes. That I don't think that so I'm just I'm being a little humorous by trying to separate the two, but and saying, okay, I understand all of the I didn't know there was identity theft included in there. Okay, that's a crime. But I was just, I am still, and I have to be honest, I'm still a little baffled by the, you know, and I hear and I'm with you. I do feel for someone um who thought that they were in a relationship, that they were genuinely building something with someone, you gain their trust, and then they find out you were only there to take from them. I mean, how many men, I hate to say, how many men have had that experience? You thought she really liked you, and then you find out, wait a minute, hold on, she's only here because, she wants money, she wants something, right? Um, there was a role reversal, and now and I'm sorry, what I mean? I don't understand. It just say, now if he found out they had money and he took the money and which is kind of what it's sounding
It
like when
sounds
you
like.
start
Mhm.
listing those charges. And so, I went online and I was like, and honestly, because this is a question I have, what about what the Tinder swindler, so because we're kind of comparing him to the Tinder.
Mhm.
What about what the Tinder swindler did was fraudulent, right? And they listed emotional manipulation. He
Mhm.
used love bombing,
Mhm.
misrepresentation. Well, that I could see the crime there. He
Mhm.
used a fraudulent identity, fabrication of danger. Which I guess you could say Buster did the same thing. He said, "Hey, look, I'm in a financial bind. I'm in some sort
Yes.
of danger, fabrication of danger, financial coercion. He convinced the women that the only way to save him was to provide funds by.
Mhm.
Now, see, the Tinder swindler asked them to provide funds by taking out loans using their credit cards and their credit. So they took out loans to get this money. So basically, they were then third party participants in defrauding the lenders
Mhm.
unbeknownst to them. Okay, so that's what they're trying to they're saying that he enabling fraud. So by getting the women to obtain the loans and credit, he effectively made them commit fraud against financial institutions, all to facilitate his ongoing scam. And then an exploitation of trust. But I am going to play devil's advocate and say a lot of these, aside from the maybe enabling fraud or telling a guy to go get a loan so you could, it
It's
sounds like the playbook of a lot of people, it's an unfortunate thing, but it just sounds like the playbook of what a lot of, and I'm taking this in all, social now,
yeah.
it's the playbook. Everybody's like, oh, well, it's transactional. Relationships have unfortunately become transactional to where we're not about character anymore. We're not, so I guess I'm kind of going there and I'm saying, well, what did he do? He's only doing what socially, it seems to me, everyone seems to be okay with doing. But
Mm.
I see the fraud. I do see
Mm.
the fraud. I see the
Okay.
fraud. So you get where I'm at with it? It's just kind of
I,
like,
I hear you.
just like,
But
so
I hear you, but I don't agree. And the reason why I don't agree is there's a difference between being in a relationship with someone and them freely giving you money. You know, the tricking. Like this isn't tricking. You know what I mean? There's a
explain. I need
difference.
more. I need more. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Tricking is, oh, I got the money. I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whomever that I'm mining. with
Okay, okay,
monetary
okay, okay.
funds,
Uh-huh.
and I am able to give them, I'm freely giving them either
Okay,
money
all
for
right. I'm with you.
allowance, or
Okay.
I'm freely giving them money for their purses or their luxury lifestyle and things of that nature. This was not the case in this manner. Or, and I'm across the board. If a woman was doing the same thing that Busta was doing, I would be saying the same exact thing. It has
Okay.
nothing to do with gender of Busta or whatever the case is, right? It's they didn't sign up to be a trick. They signed up to
Mhm.
who they did. It was an understanding, a verbal understanding, and it might be in if he was using dating apps or whatever, right? It might be written understanding that he was borrowing money with the intention of giving that money back. Those women were lenders. We may not think about it like that, but those women were lenders which is different from, oh, I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, and they ask me for money and I give it to them. This was under the guise of, hey, woman that I'm dating, I have my NFL annuity is coming in soon, but I'm running short on cash right now. Can you float me the money until I get my money? Those women were Amscott. The only thing is that they didn't charge. They didn't charge the
No
correct.
interest. Yeah, darling. I'll lend it to you, all right. But there's gonna be a
You know what I'm saying?
15% interest rate tacked on to this thing. I bet you won't come ask me for nothing else.
So that's the difference. And then it seems like he was even doing even more things because there's identity fraud there and deposit, like besides just the emotional toll,
Yeah,
like
no,
man
that
was
sucks.
taking identities of these women, like, you know, probably using their cards and things of that nature, taking their possessions,
That sucks.
cashing those out.
Okay.
Buster was busting. Like
Okay.
that
You,
is my opinion and that is how I feel. So there's a difference between that. Like, yes, relationships, you know, if a man is with a gold digger or a woman is with a because the gold diggers come in all flavors, right? Is with a gold digger, right?
all right.
Usually one, they are flaunting their money and their gold to even attract a gold digger, right? Usually,
Okay.
usually,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
And
right.
when you attract a gold digger and the gold digger asks you for money or possessions and things or whatever, and you freely give it,
Okay.
then you know it's part of the game. Like you wanted to give it, you said, or an exchange. There was an exchange there because maybe the exchange might not be monetary or whatever. There's some type of exchange
Yeah.
happening. All right, cool. Everybody, both parties are relatively aware of what the scenario is happening. The problem is that in this scenario and in this situation, the thought was I would be getting this money back
Okay.
because
Uh-huh.
he
And
said that is the he said that I was going to come back.
okay. Okay.
That's my opinion. You know, you stand it. But that's my opinion.
And I guess, and see that that's the thing. And, I was in here's the thing. I was in a continuing education course, course, just yesterday. And the instructor says, because you are not a criminal,
Mhm.
you're not understanding. Um, you don't understand the way that they move.
Oh, like
So
their
to you,
mindset.
it doesn't make sense. It's blowing your mind. Like, how does this, you think it's common sense because you're not a criminal. He said, but you have to, and we're talking about fraud, and he's
Mhm.
saying you have to shift your mindset from being this individual of integrity or this individual of character and try to place yourself in the shoes of a criminal. The same way the criminal can't place himself in your shoes because he's like, oh, You crazy. What do you mean integrity? Who talking about character? Character what? Girl, please, let me get what I can get and get on where I'm going. Where and then you're blind to the fact that this is a criminal. Criminals thinking, oh, if you're gonna be dumb enough to let me take it, I'm taking it. If you're naive, you're gullible, you're this, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, right? So the same way they can't put themselves in your shoes. So if you're going to catch a criminal, put yourself in their shoes. Okay, fine. Thought process. If this guy is calling you, me, whatever, for instance, don't then the wheels start turning and you start saying you were an NFL player. Don't you start putting one and two together? I don't care.
Mm,
You have an annuity. That means there is money coming.
coming.
You are just impatient. Because he has an annuity, there's a pension, he's getting paid, he's getting money. He just never gave them their money back.
Was he actually getting paid? Was the annuity actually happening? I don't know. He
That,
said that.
yeah, that I gotta, okay. So
He
that
said
is,
that, but I don't know if I read anywhere where it actually came in.
okay.
And then go ahead.
So no, so that okay. So even if that's the case,
Hmm.
this is what he told them.
Yes.
This is what he told them. He told them that he was getting money, he would give it back to them, right? Well, then me in my logical mind, I'm saying, well, then you should patiently wait for that money to come in, then. That's my
I think
response.
it's the same regard of like we're thinking about this in big scales, right? But these things happen on smaller levels too. Like, oh, I get paid on Friday. Give me some money on Wednesday because I have a bill or something due on
Okay.
Wednesday, and I'll pay you back on Friday.
Okay.
That's basically this. But in a larger scale, he probably told them, I'm assuming because he said he had financial troubles,
Okay.
meaning he probably made it seem like he needed the money now, but the annuity wasn't coming until Friday. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I get paid on Friday. I get paid on Friday, but if you give me this money on Wednesday, I can pay for my baby's uniform.
Still putting two and two together.
But I get you.
You know, my brother, you were in the NFL for 11 seasons, 40 mil. Baby, 40, over 40 mil. Am
Over
I,
40.
you know what I mean? Like your girl
That is
believes in
crazy. I'm not
herself,
gonna
but
lie.
40
And I guess
mil.
this is the red flag things that we should tell people to look
Exactly.
out for, right? Like, yes, one,
Exactly.
if he lost all 40 mil within that 11 years, you're not good with money. So you're not good with your money. So you're not going to be good with mine.
Ouch, ouch,
You know what
ouch.
I'm saying?
And
Like
I
if he
am
lost,
not, go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, if he lost all 40 million, all of that 40 million was spent completely within those 11 years and he has nothing or
40.
whatever, right? He's not good with his own money. He's not going to be good with yours. Like he's not
Right.
good with his money. And if
So
he
oh, I'm about to ask a question, y'all. So
oh,
what was he doing? What was he providing that made you feel as though I'm gonna give him what? Words?
love and affection. I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe.
Love and affection.
Maybe. I don't, they say love makes you do stupid things. So
Well, yes, she has definitely been there. So she's not knocking anyone.
yeah, love makes you do stupid things. So maybe they were in love or they felt some type of whatever and then blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah. How
yeah.
hard
So
is this
you
heart?
can't.
They gonna pull on the heartstrings.
Yeah, and I guess now these days that I mean, how many um what do they call them? Catfishing or
Oh
the
yeah,
email? How many of those are happening still to this day? And you
this day.
cannot have some of these people believe that the individual that they've been talking to or looking at does not exist,
Right.
siphoning all of their money.
Hmm.
Um, so I think I need to be a little more empathetic to, and I'm making a lot, I'm cracking jokes or whatever, but there is that emotional aspect and they're pulling on those heartstrings and he pulled on their heartstrings and Lord know, you don't know where they were, what state of mind they were in, what they've experienced. And he
Hmm.
just probably, and more than like he had to, Because it couldn't have been one of us. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me not say could have, you never want to say never or whatever, but it would have been a little more difficult to try to, you know what I mean? So you
It
pick your
happens
prey. And you
every
pick your prey. And if you find that, oh, this person, you feel like this person is weak, this person is vulnerable, you would.
Yeah, they go ahead and they do it. And it's sad. Like I said, I feel bad for the women. I don't feel bad for Busta. This is not his first rodeo nor his second. And then investigators say there may be other victims and are asking anyone with information to come forward. So he was funding his lifestyle with those women's money.
What
And
was
it's
he doing with the money? I like to hear because between gold golf carts and
Yeah, it
bulletproof
wasn't as
Cadillacs.
bad as the other ones. So it says to fund his lavish lifestyle, which included spending his money on travel, on Airbnb stays, and gift cards. Gift cards is very interesting. I'm wondering if like the gift cards was on some other scam or what, because people don't usually buy gift cards
Well, remember now
bulk like
he
that.
was wanted in Canada. So if I don't have a financial footprint, it's going to be hard for you to figure out where I am. So I'm going to use these
I was
gifts.
saying, I'm like, probably
You know
nobody
what I'm
buys
saying?
large amounts of gift cards
Yeah.
to give to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like he was using them.
So
I'm
if I have gift cards, then I can electronically transact without being tracked.
without being tracked.
Yeah.
That's raggedy, like raggedy. But yeah, so for the women, like red flags of like if a man, especially of high caliber, has an exorbitant amount of money, um, and he's asking you for money, that's a red flag because he either
Yeah.
lost all of his money and he doesn't know how to use it properly. He will not give you your money back. And then two, if he does have the money, he was just doing it for to see if I can get away with it. That is a whole other mindset and a whole other thing where it's like, oh, this is he's sick. Like he
You're
doesn't
right.
even need the money and he's doing this type of stuff. Oh, he's sick. And women, we need to start suing. Sue.
That's something I've heard. You're not the first person I've heard say that.
Start
It's time to
suing.
start suing. Huh, interesting.
Start suing. Like start
Yeah, I hurt my feelings. I'm taking you to court. I'm litigious when it comes about money. I'm
Yeah,
about to
like
take
it was
you.
like I said, I don't know with the states in Georgia or whatever, but it was a verbal contract.
Ah,
Sue and
okay.
have to pay for the especially this is somebody with names and whatever. Sue. You know what I'm saying? Cry your way to an attorney.
I cannot with you. That girl said,
I'm very serious,
but
actually.
Buster was Buster was a career. Buster had it in him. Buster was just gonna, I
Yeah.
mean, he was doing it in Canada. He came here, and I guess, and Lord knows if he had didn't do it in Canada. Because you
Oh,
don't just, you see what I'm saying? You
yeah,
don't
yeah,
just
yeah.
decide to come
Probably, but
here. You know what I
maybe
mean?
maybe these women came forward in some way, shape, or form or something like that, and that's the reason why he got charged. And like things are being dug up now. As opposed to in Canada, it was just a check fraud, so the banks are the ones that caught up with him.
First. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times in these kind of the fraud where it's romance related,
Mm-hmm.
um, they don't get their money back.
Right.
There's nothing to gain back, that the individual has spent your money. And sometimes what they're doing is they're doing in a sort of pyramid scheme type bit
Oh
with
yeah. So he's just
you so that
continue.
they can fund, you know what I mean? And then it's a rotating door,
You just
right?
reminded me something because the IRS, like there is a deduction for Ponzi schemes. There's a it's a deduction. I don't know if that's the word I want to use, but if you're caught up in a legitimate Ponzi scheme, you can get your you can write it off basically on your personal return.
Kind of like a casualty loss.
Yeah, like a casualty loss. But it has to be a legitimate Ponzi scheme. It cannot be like something like it has to be
Right, like a cryptocurrency
like a
thing where they
legitimate Ponzi
okay.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that once, but you know what? And I think there's a cap, if I'm not
Yeah, I
mistaken.
think there's a cap as well. I'm gonna see if I can look into it a little bit more just to make sure it's still there because with everything going on, like,
Yeah, but I
it
think
may
there's a
not even.
cap because I had a guy who had experienced that. Someone had, but there was a cap, and he was
Mhm.
not very happy because it.
Yeah, there. I mean, with everything,
Yeah.
there's a cap. But you can
Well,
if you're
that's good.
caught
That's
up.
a good tip.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you're caught
that's
up
an
in it.
awesome tip.
Yeah.
So if you're caught up in some sort of a scam or a scheme, ask your good tax preparer, your good tax professional, or call us. We are here and available,
The
people.
research.
We're
Right. Yeah.
we are here and available. Schedule a consultation. We'd love to talk to you, okay? If you've experienced something or you have a question. We're here, okay?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's
That's
bust.
it.
That's Buster. And so you guys, this one was, this happened sometime this week. Somebody sent it to you.
Yeah. And you sent it
But
to me.
this
So I was
is
like, oh,
recent.
okay.
Yeah. This happened sometime this week. But anyway, you guys, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Karina and I are, if you follow us on Instagram, please do. You can follow Karina at Cake Financial, Kake Financial, on Instagram. And that's your TikTok now?
Oh yeah, that's my TikTok.
Okay.
There's nothing
On
on it yet. Soon to
On
come.
Instagram. Okay, on Instagram. You can follow me at Topa and Associates, but we do intend this coming Tuesday, the 9th of September. We're gonna host a live. We're gonna talk about the different types of tax professionals and certifications. Okay, so we'll cover everything from CPAs to tax attorneys, EAs. We'll go in depth into what they cannot do, what we think you should be looking for. We'll give you some tips and some tricks, and we'll give you the opportunity to ask us some questions. So I encourage you to join us. That's going to be, we're doing that, Tuesday, the 9th at 3 p.m. I encourage you, hop in, join us, say hey if you have a comment, anything you want to add. That be the place to do it. If you've got a comment about you agree with me, I mean, because I know we all got everybody got a cousin who has borrowed some money, you know what I mean? And they're like, I'm gonna pay you back, and then you don't get your money back. You know what I mean? Like that's where I was with it. But you know, if you've experienced something like this, feel free to correct and check me. I'm quite, I'm okay with being corrected. And I'm definitely not saying that, it's these women's fault. I'm just, there's such a line. There's a line, but I do see where this is definitely a fraudulent act and was criminal. So yeah, but you guys, we are here. Karina and I are here every other Friday. We post a financial fraud Friday, with, some good salacious fraudulent scheming individual. Okay. But is there anything you want to add, Karina?
No, just book a link in the bio and write a comment if this resonated with you. Bye.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Bye, you guys. See you in a couple of weeks.